Welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a springtime get ready with me, which it may not be spring like weather where you're at, but it is warm. So things have warmed up here a bit where I am at. So I'm using this fluffy end of the brush because my cream is softer, so I don't need to grab, like this end might grab a little bit too much because it is a denser end. And I'm just kind of pushing and spreading. And since I'm really putting on a super light layer of product, if you have, like I have this blemish right here, you can go back in with the smaller brush and kind of conceal that a little better. And I barely have any product on this brush. All right, did my eyebrows already, so we're gonna try and steer clear of those babies. I am having a hormonal breakout. Just when my skin was like heavenly. The last few months, she's just been a little breakout prone. I actually have been working on my health. It's a whole nother story. If you want a video on that, comment down below. It has been years and years of me persisting and going to doctors and trying to get help. Just headaches and stomach problems and constantly feeling so tired. So because this is coming up on that time of the month, and as it turns out, I have hormonal imbalances, it's just really like amping up. Okay, if you want to conceal that a little better, I'm just going to use this end of the brush, same color. I'm going to lightly tap. The reason I use the same color is this color has more of an orange base to it, and when I get pimples, it's red, but it's really a lot of blue in there that's causing that redness. And so that tends to help cover it up a little more. Now I'm just going to go into a couple key spots. Now, if you've seen Demi, which I should have some Demi videos coming out soon, you're gonna, let me show her to you. I actually have her right here. This is the new Demi system by Saint. Looks a little frightening. As a customer, this is not even the full artist palette. The full artist palette's huge. The customer palettes are even smaller because you barely need to use it, and you just spot treat where you need it, and that's it. And your glorious, beautiful skin can shine through. It's amazing. It just takes some time to learn that that's an excess of blue in the center, and that's what you're going to cover it with. And then maybe the outer part might be a little more purple, and you're going to need yellow for that. So there's a little bit of a learning curve, but once you get it, you're golden. All right, next is contour. So this is how the tins come. Had a little lid on it. I still haven't put this one in my palette yet. I have an old color that's almost finished, but I really want to use it all up before I pop it out. And you can go in as light or dark as you want with your contour. You can bring it down as far as you want. I have a bigger forehead. You can do your chin, and basically it's creating a shadow. For me, you can already see I have a natural shadow, but for me, it just kind of gives that a little bit more of an oomph. I did not put my face product there. Now, some might gotten there because I used such a big brush, which is why I did that first and the contouring second. That way, if I did get any there, the contour will clean that up. But I don't need or like a super heavy application. I just like it to look as much as possible as my natural skin, which is why I like going more towards this bigger, fluffier end in the summertime because the cream is so much softer. More gets on easier. It comes out of the pan easier. and I don't need like globs of it on my face. So that end just diffuses it out better. Okay, now if you like to contour your nose, you just do that. I have a bump in my nose, so contouring, you just have to be really careful because you can accentuate that bump, and you don't need to contour if you don't want. So next up, since this is a springtime look, we're gonna bronze. So I'm going to be, you can tell I love my palette, a little bit of this and a little bit of the illuminator, because that's gonna give me just a soft glow. And I love the Bella bronzer because you can really go in hard if you want. It's really buildable, but if you just want like a kiss of like a tan, she's a gorgeous color. Sometimes I feel a little self-conscious that I don't have this beautiful setup for you to see how you would get it. But a mom and a business owner, you have to select what you have time for, and I'm not gonna not show up because of that. So this is the thing, this is real. I really use my product. I don't have like my product and then show product. Not that that's bad, that's by no means what I'm saying, but I just legit use it. Okay, then if you want, you can go in and brighten. I think when you have fair skin, you can focus more on the depth, like the contour and the bronzer, than brightening and lightening. And when you have darker skin, you can focus more on the brightening and lightening, just in my opinion. So I'm gonna use this color here. I used Wheat on my face. I'm gonna use this color Sunlit. And again, I'm not really looking to lighten much. So I'm putting it here and here because this is the hollowest part of my under eye. I have deep set eyes, and then I'm just gonna take the excess and kind of spread it out. You want not a lot of product here because it'll crease. You don't want creasing. Creasing's kind of unavoidable if you have wrinkles, so I'm actually gonna get a little tiny bit, but the less product there is there, the less there is to settle my fine lines. I don't believe anyone who says it won't crease on you. I don't believe it. Now, if you're 20, probably, but if you have fine lines there, makeup's not going to make them go away. You just have to be smart with how you're doing it. And then I'm doing here and here. Now, the reason I like to go brighter with having deep set eyes is because I want them to come out. The light is going to make them pop out, but I don't want it to be like I left my sunglasses on and got a tan and the rest of my face got tan and that's like super white. So it's all about placement and color. So I go with a little bit brighter color. Sunlit has a little bit more of a yellow to it, and I do a tiny bit here. My forehead can't handle a ton of color, like a ton of buildup, and then a little bit down the nose, and you can do a little bit on your chin. And I'll put this here. And then what I'll do is go in on my lid. I'm all about, we travel a lot with having less to travel with. I can literally bring my entire makeup in just this one palette. Eyeshadows, bronzer, highlight, contour, eyeshadow. And now we even have the cleaning square that's just magnetic. You can put in here and clean your brush off. It's amazing. So I just use that as my primer. I don't want to have a separate eye primer. Now we can do a little bit of blush. Usually I will wait to do blush until I've done my eyes, because then I'll kind of tie it in together. Today, I kind of know the eye I'm going to do, so I'm just going to go ahead and do blush until my complexion's all done. I'm going to go in this color here, Frenchie. Frenchie is a hot commodity because this color is good for helping with blueness in your face, like the blue in your under eyes. If you put a little bit under here and then your under eye shade over, you won't see the Frenchie and you aren't going to see the blue. So she sells out so fast. I like mixing these two, Summer Love and Frenchie. Frenchie is more of a coral color. And I kind of concentrate it here on back. I don't go right in here. And I don't really smile either because when I'm not smiling, your cheeks drop. So and I have really prominent cheeks. So I have more fluff in my face from baby weight than I have the rest of my life. And when I'm thinner, my face is thinner, has less fluff. I have to go further back. Otherwise, the blush it's just so strong looking on me. And now I'm going with that Summer Love, which is a little bit of that pink shade. And Summer Love is more of a gloss. Do you see that glow though here and here? Like, that's my natural skin. If you don't like glow, that's cool. You can get translucent powder. There's all sorts of powders on the market and you can minimize that. Or like a matte setting spray. I love youthful glow, especially the older you get. It's like it's the fountain of youth. It's how you look youthful. So, all right, now onto eyes. I'm going to go in with this color first, and this color is just to help kind of set the cream foundation I put on my eye, and that's going to allow me to put color on my eye and that color blend out. If you go in, especially with like a dark color or a bright color, on a wet sticky surface, it's going to stick in that spot and it's not going to blend how you want it. So I'm not really doing it for necessarily the color payoff. And then what I'm going to do is go in with Mama here. And it's pretty much essentially like eyeshadow is essentially contouring your eye. It's no different. You can probably barely see this, but that's okay because it's almost like a shadow on my eye. Like not an eyeshadow, like a shadow. And that is basically tricking your eye into thinking that's my crease and opening my eye up. That's a little bit of a pink color. And then I'm gonna go in with a really beautiful peach color. I like to add little pops of a different color family in there. And this soft peach goes really well with the pink. Then I'm going to go in with a little darker color. I'm going to do this one, Lullaby. I'm going to use the smaller end of this brush. I don't want to fluff it all over the lid of my eye. I'll use a mirror on this one. And so it's going to be a little more concentrated because this end isn't as fluffed out. And I'm not going to necessarily go straight down like a windshield wiper. I'm going to kind of go out. Like it's going to meet my eyebrow. It's just really subtle. I just, for me, I just like a more subtle look than necessarily something really strong. But everyone's different in what they like. And it's okay. There's no right or wrong way. Then you can go back in with that Valencia, which is that peachy color, and blend it out. And this too is where you can get wild. You can go in on the outer corner and add a color like this, or even a darker color. I don't remember the name of this color. It's one of my favorite colors. This is Gilded. You can go in with Kin here. You could go on the eyelid with a little bit of a shimmer, which I'm gonna do. You could leave it as it is. You could even line with this really beautiful green here. It's whatever you feel like. Your eye is the canvas, you are the artist. So I'm actually gonna take a little bit of this shimmery gilded color. Now I'm gonna put it on my bottom lash line on the outside corner. Actually, I'm gonna put it up top too. Just kind of like that V. This is such a pretty color. Again, it's all about what you like, the color combinations you like, but also what's the goal you're going for. Sometimes for me, it's to make my eyes look bigger. Sometimes it's just to like this color, the gilded, it really makes the green in my eyes pop. So it's totally up to you. Then we'll go in with a little bit of this color here. This is As You Wish. And it is kind of like a reflective version. If you mix those first two colors, Mama and Valencia, together, this is kind of like the baby they would have, a lighter baby. And I'm just hanging at home, so I don't need to go too wild. But that's it. Like, beautiful and simple. I'm gonna line and do my mascara. And we're finished. Simple spring look. When you're not talking and explaining, it usually takes me about like 5 to 8 minutes. And just is so pretty. So yeah, tell me what you think in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.